What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Friends play Spyro the Dragon Part 7. This is the wrap-up video, and for those of you who are unfamiliar with my channel, the wrap-up video is where I'll talk about any information about the game about the game itself instead of the individual levels or the boss fights, and show off anything that I wasn't able to show off or didn't show off during the game, or during the main Let's Play. But in this case, I'm going to show off the demo for Crash 3 at the start menu where it says press start. You have to hold L1 and triangle. You just push those buttons and you can go into the Crash 3 demo. It will start you in level 18, Tail No Tails. You can see the creator and developer of Crash Bandicoot, Crash Bandicoot 2, Portrait Strikes Back, Naughty Dog, and produced by Universal Interactive Studios. A new song that you don't hear in the Crash game, of the Crash games at all. And this is just a demo, as I said. It will show off different things about the game here, but as I was saying, it drops you into level 18 at Tail No Tails. You can go through the level as you normally would. Once you go through the world, or I'm sorry, not the world. Once you go through the level and then you quit, I believe it will tell you that it's out now or something like that along those lines. I don't remember exactly. I've only played through the demo once, so but anyway. Huh. And we should be able to play a level. I hope that wasn't just all, okay, there we go. So we'll take a look at this real quick. 0 crystals, you can't leave the level, you can change the options if you want to. Thankfully it's on 100. But this is the Tail No Tails demo. I'll run through here really quickly. The controls are the exact same as they were in Crash 1. The boxes, the graphics, everything I believe is the exact same as Crash 3. I know I just said Crash 1 there. Which is kind of odd for demo. Usually demos will have their own versions of games that usually isn't released in the final product, and they'll have different things that are not the same, such as graphical differences. Like in some cases, just for an example, like the design for Crash's head would be different. The box image may be different. The Wumpa Fruit may be different. It may spin faster. They may have different colors. The mask box may look different, but everything looks to be pretty much the same as it was in, or as it is in the final version of the game. And you can see you can just run through the level like you normally, as you can in the final version. And it is kind of odd that they would choose this level to try and make you buy the game. They show so many screenshots of Crash in different levels, and I can't think why they would want to use Tail No Tails as their level to try and make you buy the game. I mean, this isn't a bad level, especially compared to some of the other jet ski riding levels in the game. But I definitely wouldn't say it's one of the better jet ski riding levels. I would definitely say it's kind of down the list on my favorites by far. Let's see. Just about bypass this section. Alright. But yeah, there's not a whole lot to talk about. I just figured I'd show it off. I probably shouldn't just because this level's so long, but you might as I figured you might as well. Really, there's no harm in doing it. And so we got all the boxes over here. Now, this thing not having a mask through here, usually I will sometimes have two. Well, it depends on the order that you go. If you go into the order like I did during my Let's Play of Crash 3, I would go through level 16 into level 17, and you would lose your mask there in Bye Bye Blimps. So I guess I wouldn't come through here with a mask unless just the mask that you got at the start of the level. And usually I'm better at making it last longer. This is gonna be hard. There we go. Usually you can bypass, go in between these ramps and the bombs, but it's kind of difficult to do, and usually it takes a lot of time. Well, I've never had the waves mess me up on that one before, so that may be something different that they added just for the demo version, or was one of the older builds of the game that they didn't put into the final version of the game, perhaps, or maybe it always did. I've always been lucky. The crystal location is different, and you can see the warp room chamber is different as well. And so it goes back through this, and no way to quit it. So what you would normally do is you would reset the game to get back into the game, you'd reset the console that you were playing to get back into the game, but because the PS3 has a reset feature for any PS1 games, you can just skip all that and just hit the PlayStation button, and it will bring this menu up. You can quit game, assign slots, controller settings, other settings, reset game, turn off the system, or just turn off the controller, and that will allow you to bypass it, bypass all of that, and you can just you don't have to worry about resetting the PS3 over it. But anyway, so now I'm going to start talking about the trivia for this Spyro. Let me see. Oh, black and white crap. There we go. I think I fixed it. Okay. Nope. Well, come on. Really, you gonna do this to me right now? Okay, hopefully that will work. But if it doesn't, I do apologize. Anyway, so Spyro the Dragon is a 1998 platform game developed by Insomniac Games for the PlayStation. It stars the title character, a young purple dragon named Spyro, and is the first in a series of Spyro the Dragon games. As of October 29th, 2007, the game has become available for PS3 and PSP on the PlayStation Store, originally only in America and Japan, but has since become available in Europe. The game originally released in September 10th, 1998 in North America. It had a rating of E for everyone, and as they said, it's available for PS1 it's under PS1 Classics, and you can also play it on the PS Vita under PS1 Classics as well. Setting: the game takes place in the Dragon Realms, a sprawling world of much graphical and biological diversity, ornate structures, and abundant treasure. It contains 6 home worlds, the first 5 of which are named for the dragon clan that resides here. Spyro can move from one homeworld to the next by completing a specific task for the balloonist in that world, for example, collecting a certain number of gems or freeing a certain number of dragons. Each homeworld has its own set of realms that can be accessed through portals and archways scattered throughout the homeworld. Once in a realm, Spyro may exit back into the homeworld by finding and entering that realm's special return home whirlwind platform. Story: the epic adventure begins in the Artisan's homeworld in the Dragon Realms, presumably Spyro's homeworld, in Stonehill, in the day where the elder dragons Astor and Lindar are being interviewed for a video documentary about their world. Little do they know Nasty Nork, pronounced Nasty Nork, N-A-S-T-Y. The G is supposed to be silent, even though they was saying Ganasty Gnork. Whom they previously banished from the realms long ago to the Dragon Junkyard, somehow overhears their derogatory comments about him and becomes quite upset. While in exile, Nasty Nork has experimented with magic, and on this fateful day he decides to eventually unleash two of his most powerful spells, one which freezes all the unsuspecting dragons inside crystal statues, and other which transforms a portion of the dragon's treasure to an army of Norks. However, Nasty Nork misses imprisoning the youngest dragon in the realm, Spyro, who is seen chasing sheep in the background during the dragon's documentary shoot. Because of his small size, seeking to set things right, Spyro sets out to free all the dragons. Traveling across the dragon realm, Spyro faces various adversaries and eventually manages to free all the dragons, who give him advice in return. Spyro finally reaches the dragon junkyard where Nasty is waiting. After a battle, Spyro defeats Nasty, putting an end to his evil plot once and for all. Reception. GameSpot gave the game an 8.3, describing it as having very good graphics for its time and being one of the first well-received full 3D platformers for the original PlayStation. IGN rated it 9 out of 10, with similar comments stating the game utilizes the PlayStation's hardware to the max. There's not an obvious polygon glitch to speak of, and saying that the only problem was the camera not followed the character correctly in Japan. Famitsu magazine scored the game a 30 out of 40. Trivia. Carlos Alzraqui, the voice actor of Spyro in this game, is noted to have voiced the Chihuahua in the old commercials of Taco Bell, Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life, and other voice works. Ex-Police drummer and co-founder Stuart Copeland composed all the music in the game. Spyro's Japanese voice was done by a female actress known as Akiko Yajima, in which she also did the original Japanese voice for Shinosuke Nohara from Crayon Shin-chan. Within the game, there are 6 dragons which you can rescue twice from the Artisan's World because they went to confront Nasty Nork and failed. Nasty Nork appears in a later Spyro game called Spyro A Hero's Tale. Every flight level has chests in it unless one counts Nasty's loot as a flight level. In the Japanese version, you can play Pocket Station minigames. If you plug in the Pocket Station accessory in the minigame, you train up your very own dragonfly. Unlike the subsequent titles, pressing triangle stops Spyro midair while gliding in this game instead of giving him a little extra boost in height while hovering. Some of the dragons share their names with the Dragon Elders of Spyro Hero's Tale. This is the only Spyro game to have Spyro's tail spike on the Y in the logo rather than the S. Clancy Brown, who voiced some of the dragons in this game, voices Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob, as well as doing all of the voices from the original Crash Bandicoot game. Before the game came out, Spyro was going to be green, but the developers thought he'd blend in with the grass, so instead they made him purple, since most dragons aren't purple. At the end of the credits, it says no sheep were harmed during the creation of this game. A few Norks, but no sheep. Production began after the first Crash Bandicoot game was released. So it took them about 2 years, give or take a few days, few weeks. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of trivia, some stuff that I've already talked about, and stuff that doesn't really matter. Yeah, nothing else that really matters. So, thank you for watching. The challenge of the video is, well, I'm sorry, that won't be a challenge video because this is a wrap-up video. I never do a challenge of the video for this. So, thank you for watching. Next time we will do Spyro 2. I've already talked about what I thought about the game. It's not as good as some of the later Spyro titles. It kind of gets repetitive after a while, even though each level has its own puzzles and things that can keep you interested. It's still just a little bit too repetitive for myself to really enjoy, and I've played it so much that I can remember almost everything, and because of that repetitive nature, it just kind of wears down on you. So, but I used to like it. I really did enjoy it, and I still do. But I just like it. I like other Spyro titles better than this particular game. But anyway, so again, thank you for watching. I'll be doing Spyro 2 next. So until then, later, everyone.